What is going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue, and by far the best movie of the year is The Northman from Robert Eggers. But we are not talking about that. Today, we're going to be talking about a bunch of DCEU topics, and it has to do with The Flash. We have more leaks. We're going to cover them in detail, whereas before I only covered interesting parts. I saw a lot of people talking about it, so we're going to be covering the Flash leaks in detail. Take them all with a grain of salt. They come from Reddit, I believe. And we also have some new potential rumors about the Superman movie, the reboot from J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates. And then we're going to talk about some DC tidbits at the end of the video that have to do with Batgirl and Shazam. It's been a crazy day so far, guys. Elon Musk just bought Twitter for 50-something billion dollars. How insane is that? But what's even more insane than that are these Flash leaks. Let's go ahead and dig right into them. Before I get into it, be warned, there may be potential spoilers in these. I know I covered them, a lot of the leaks, in a video previous to this, but this one seems to cover a little bit more. So let's go ahead and talk about that. All right, so shout out to Long Live the Bat on Twitter, who kind of compiled some of this. And of course, this is not official at all, guys, but I thought it'd be fun to talk about, and I thought you guys might want to see it. So let's see. The Flash 2023 leaks feels like forever from now. It says the movie begins with Barry Allen in line at a restaurant to get a fancy sandwich when Ben Affleck calls him for help dealing with some terrorists. On that note, I don't see this being incredibly inaccurate. I could see this happening. Barry and his, obviously, in Zack Snyder's Justice League, it was, he had a whole scene with hot dogs in slow motion, so I could totally see this happening. And I see this being in line with the tone that was set by the character in the movie. So, okay, could see that. It feels like an intro to the movie. Barry speeds off just as the terrorists detonate a bomb under a hospital, causing it to topple. Flash saves everyone, including babies falling off the maternity ward. So we did see that those leaked pictures in the past. If you saw the concept art for this movie, there was one with a bunch of babies falling off of the building, and it seems kind of crazy. Doesn't seem too realistic, like babies would actually be thrown out of a window or blown up to the point where they're just flying out of rooms and everything like that. So I don't know how they're going to pull this scene off. Seems kind of crazy, but it was in the concept art, so not surprising here. It says, meanwhile, Batfleck chases after terrorists in the Batcycle, nearly loses them until Wonder Woman shows up and helps him. Okay, yeah, the surprise being Wonder Woman there, and it sucks. Hopefully Batfleck gets some shine, and he's not the Batfleck of Joss Whedon's Justice League, because I would think that Batfleck could take care of himself and take care of these guys himself for the most part. But, of course, seeing the Justice League characters working together would be cool. Anyways, there's another gag scene where both Barry and Batfleck touch Wonder Woman's lasso and reveal embarrassing secrets. Barry returns to the restaurant just as his fancy sandwich gets done. The lasso thing, I thought that was actually a pretty funny little gag sequence in the Joss Whedon Justice League. Obviously didn't fit with the tone of what Zack Snyder would have done, but in the context of a Flash movie, guys, I'm not going to be incredibly critical. If they do have it and it's implemented well, whatever. It's not going to make or break the movie. Sounds like something that would happen. Barry's dating Iris West, who knows he's the Flash and remembers when he saved her from a car crash. So Zack Snyder's Justice League is canon. She really has a small role. So this is congruent with what we've heard in the past. She has a small role, which kind of sucks. And Kirstie Clemens, when she talked about it last, said, hey, this feels like a role that's been so far away from me, and it's totally different than what it was going to be. So it sucks that she has such a small role. Let's continue. Barry works at the Central City Police Crime Lab alongside Patty Spivot and Albert Desmond, who are dicks to him. Barry and Batfleck later meet at the Batcave to discuss the murder of Barry's mother, which Batfleck is helping Barry reinvestigate. Cool. Sounds all plausible. Barry's mother was stabbed to death by an intruder when his father was at the grocery store picking up a can of tomatoes, where he was blamed and incarcerated for their murder. Okay, nothing surprising there. I'm going to You know what? I'm going to skip through some more interesting things here. Barry received security footage that proves his father was at the store, and Batfleck enhanced it, but his face is still obscured. Okay, so I imagine we're going to get some possible hints to Reverse Flash, but not necessarily in this movie. They talk about Barry traveling back in time to save the Just League when they fought Steppenwolf. Barry considers the traveling back to save his mother. Batfleck advises against it, claiming his mother's death made Barry into the hero he is, and maybe it's always meant to happen. Okay, so I talked about skipping ahead, but all these seemed like a little, they seem like big plot points. So this, I imagine, is going to carry through as the theme for the movie. Again, not surprising. He's going to learn that everything was meant to happen by the end of this movie. And um, so he eventually decides to travel back in time. He doesn't listen to Bruce, okay? And Barry plans to put the can of tomatoes in his mother's shopping cart so his father won't have to return to the store to pick it up later. Okay? In the Speed Force, Barry's attacked by another Flash in a battle damaged black suit, but appears to be able to escape back to the present. Barry goes to his parents' house and finds out they're alive and well, but runs into another Barry, realizes he's actually in a parallel universe. Okay, this is all stuff we have heard before. Um, so in this, so our Barry finds out that there's no Aquaman. I'm gonna kind of skip over some parts that I think I've talked about in the past. So this other version of Barry seems to be a slacker with no heroic aspirations. And then we get a cut to the Zod "You're Not Alone" transmission from Man of Steel. Okay, this is all in line with what we've heard and reported in the past. Zod's coming back, of course. And so they want to decide to find Superman, but of course they're going to find Kara Zor-El instead. And Kara Zor-El, I'm sorry, is that what it said on here? They find Kara, but anyways, they find when they go to find to go get Batman for help, they find, of course, Keaton's Batman, and they reproduce. This is going to be something cool for people who are fans of the Flashpoint comic. They're going to reproduce the scene where he gets his powers back. So Keaton's going to help him do that, and they're going to go and find Kara in this Kryptonian spaceship. So no Superman exists in this universe. Of course, I reported on that, or that leak at least. So let's move forward a little bit. This is all in line with what we heard. Okay, so let's fast forward to this battle. It says the four confront Zod and his men in a big battle, but despite their efforts, Zod blows up Bat Keaton and snaps Kara's neck. Crazy. So there's gonna be some violence in here. If there was so much, controversy regarding Superman snapping necks, but I'm sure people will be okay with Zod snapping some necks. Flash travels back in time to prevent Keaton Kara's death, but they die anyway, and the battle continues. So he keeps trying to change the outcome, and realizes that, hey, all of this stuff was meant to happen, like I said before. And yeah, okay, there's one more set of leaks. I think I covered those. So Black Flash spent 10 years trying to change the timeline without success before going crazy and deciding the only way to save this world is to kill Barry 1. So that's what turns the other Barry evil. Um, so I'll forward a little bit. The multiverse is damaged by their battle, so Flash races across the realities, mending all the dimensional rifts, returning to his own universe. Barry has realized that his mother's death was meant to happen, so he cannot save her, but still goes to the grocery store and shares a moment with her before leaving without the can of tomatoes. So that's going to be probably the tearjerker scene that we heard of from the test screenings. Barry decides he can't change the past, but if he can't change the present, and rearranges the shelf so that the can of tomatoes is in position where a security camera perfectly captures his father's face. And present day footage accepted as proof of his father's innocence, and he is released. As they celebrate, Bruce Wayne drops by, and Barry surprised that Bat Keaton instead of Batfleck. It is Bat Keaton. It's Keaton instead of Batfleck. Oh my gosh. A bus drives by with a picture of Wonder Woman. Barry realizes the universes have merged into one. How does that make sense? We will find out in the movie, I imagine. Supergirl flies down from the sky. They still remember the original timeline. Bat Keaton says they need to put together another team to protect this new universe. Barry asks if he's in, echoing the speech Barry gave when he convinced them to fight Zod. Barry smiles. Cut to black. Okay, mid-credits, Barry and Aquaman are hanging out at the bar with a drunken Aquaman freaking out over all the differences between the old and the new DCEU. Chief among that, Supergirl used to be Superman. Post-credits. Barry's at the apartment when suddenly the lights go out and TV computers start to flicker on screen, and Batfleck's voice is heard saying, "Find us, Barry. You have to find us." Okay. there is the more detailed description of the Flash leaks. I skimmed through them really quick, but what do I have to say about these? Guys, not gonna lie, they sound pretty interesting. They sound pretty interesting. If it sounds like if they can execute this well, would be really interesting. You guys know me. I want them to restore the Snyderverse. Um, and to me that means bring Zach to kind of bring him back into the fold. If he can complete a version of his Justice League in some form or fashion, great. If not, if he can get into the mix with making these movies, that would be amazing. And I think I would love to see it. I would totally love to see it. But if they're gonna move forward with this timeline, I am totally okay with them doing this type of movie. At least it gives us hope that the Snyderverse isn't completely dead, though it does rearrange it in a lot of different ways with this leak. So again, I want to see the Flash movie, and I will judge it for what it is at this point. We all got to realize Zack Snyder's doing his thing over at Netflix, and he's not currently helping um, these movies. But I will support the movie if it's a good movie at the end of the day. If it's a good movie, let's see it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about these leaks. All right, that's topic number one done. Let's go ahead and get into topic number two, and it has to do with the Superman movie by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I'm going to kind of skim through this next article, and it has to do with updates on this movie. It says I'm on Cosmic Book News. And again, these are all rumors, and nothing's confirmed. So again, take these with a grain of salt. I reported before that they are not necessarily going to be. This is not necessarily a period piece anymore. Um, and there was two versions written, and one of them is a Superman that could potentially cast Henry Cavill back in, but it's not a for sure thing. And going by what this says, I'm imagine it wouldn't have him recasted. So it says Superman is no longer a period piece. A version of Superman is basically said to be replacing the Christopher Reeves version, and it sounds more like similar to Grant Morrison's Action Comics run during the New 52. Let's forward. Let's see. Okay, so here rumors are right here. The project was originally intended to be a period piece, but the final draft submitted is not. It's not about a black Superman being a victim of racism. Rather, it uses Superman's alien heritage as a parallel to racism. They are, however, going to go through with colorblind casting. So it's not for sure Henry Cavill's coming back. They'll cast whatever race as long as it fits the part. Superman is heavily nerfed, being taken back to his golden age roots. He can no longer fly, but he can instead leap tall buildings in a single bound. Lacks heat vision, frosted breath, and X-ray vision, but is described as moving at Mach 7. They do have description of characters in the script, which gives away the races. Lois Lane's written as an Asian actress. Perry White is African American. Jimmy Olsen describes a freckled redhead. It's going to use the Golden Age version of the Ultra Humanite as the main antagonist. Those may change. Oh my gosh. The script it's around 165 pages. What else? So it's supposed to be a love letter to Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster's original comics. It also has a dedication to them, Pa Kent's character based off of Jerry Siegel. And it has a dedication to a lot of writers like Jack Kirby, who serves as an inspiration for Dan Turpin. So what do I think about this? Oh, man. While this could sound cool, if there was a rebooted universe, or if there was a, universe in the side, I think, again, part of what Discovery did coming in here is they need to kind of reprioritize how they're telling their stories. There's a bunch of universes happening all at once, and while I'm sure audiences can really piece it together if they really tried, I'm sure a lot of people don't know what the hell is going on. They before the Batman, they played that 2022 trailer that showed all the movies that was supposed to come out in 2022, and now they're all coming out in 2023. And mixed in with that was the Batman and the DCU movies. So I got a bunch of people asking me whether or not these universes are together. So much confusion. I actually, on that, thinking in that, frame of mind, I hate this. I want to see Cavill's Superman continue. The DCU Superman needs to be the number one priority right now. I don't care at all for this J.J. Abrams reboot or Ta-Nehisi Coates reboot at this moment. They want an Oscar contender and everything for this, but man, they're just setting Superman back 2 steps. Like, do this later. Do this later. Right now, you gotta prioritize making Superman in the current universe make sense. But given how he's treated in the Flash, I don't know. I think the Flash could work as long as they follow it up, letting us know what happens with DCU Superman. Because supposedly there's a hint to a potential Superman as well in the Flash. That was another leak that wasn't included in the ones I just read you. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this Superman rumor. I don't like it. I want them to prioritize the DCEU Superman. That's my take on that. So some last things. This video's getting kind of long, but I want to give you some DC tidbits about Batgirl. Supposedly, they are now considering a theatrical release for Batgirl, which I think if the movie's quality, then I say go for it. I love the theatrical experience. I think everything seen in the theater, if it's a good movie, just enhances the experience. So I would love to see Batgirl in the theaters. Shazam's apparently in the can, and they're gonna be showing first footage at CinemaCon, which is soon or even this weekend. I can't remember. But anyways, I can't wait for all this stuff to unravel. We seem to be at a point where we're going to get a lot of news flooding in soon. So let me know what you guys think about all these details here, guys. Thank you guys for rocking with us. I apologize. These videos are a little bit spaced out than I would love, but I'm busy right now, but I am keeping you guys updated with this DC news. If you want to stay updated, subscribe to Heroes Avenue, like this video, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.